afternoon or night, depending on when you're watching this. This is something you need to turn your volume up on. This is revolutionary in a tight, tough market for if you're buying or selling. These are phenomenal new programs that are exclusive to Coldwell Banker and partners of our company. And I've got two really special people here for a change that can talk even about smarter things than I know. I want you to meet Frank. Introduce yourself.
Hi, Frank Obringer here. Coldwell Banker Realty, been with the company for 33 years, and I just love what we're doing right now. CB Curated is what we're going to be talking about today.
Take a note, write that down. Curated, and we'll tell you what that definition means to us because it might mean something else to you.
Well, I think I should put your picture next to curated. You know, a curator is somebody who takes great care of something. And so, Donna, that's you. That's how you take care of your clients. And again, I'm really excited to talk with Terry. Terry's here with us as well.
Terry,
the master curator.
Is my curated project. Terry's my husband. He's my partner. He's my Uber driver. He's the organizer of all the kids and grandkids, but he's also very smart. He's the previous city manager, went to Vietnam, went to college, put himself through Boys Catholic College. I'm going to brag a little bit. Came back, did his master's in public administration. That's how he can handle me, and then went to night law school. And so with that, you know what I've been up against all these years. So I'd like you to meet Terry Timm, he's really smart and he's very visionary. What do you think, Terry?
I think I've been completely ineffective for everything you just said because I'm still working on it so hard, day in, day out, all the time, but don't let that, sway your opinions.
Well, we're always a progress in work. And that's why Frank, Terry, and I bring to you this new program, because we're not set in our ways, because our society, our economy, our housing market is not set. And we're trying to help you stay ahead of the trends, position you correctly. And Frank, why don't we talk about, and you tell us what are the four main ingredients of curated real estate, because it's exclusive to Coldwell Banker at this point, and you're going to get it first when you call me to be your realtor, Dona Timm, Coldwell Banker. And if you even have questions and have another realtor, I'm happy to share with you what we're capable of. And my number's 972-333-3370. So, Frank, give us the topics of what curated means.
Yeah, the CB Curated is a strategy, Donna, and as I said, I've been with the company for 33 years. I look at myself as a coach, a manager, a supervisor, and I get the pleasure of working with great agents like yourself. But the CB Curated, when we say exclusive, I believe we've taken this strategy and we have the ability to do it better than anybody else. Could somebody else maybe try to copy? They could try, but they don't have the network. They don't have the power of what we have.
And they don't have the programs. There's $1 billion worth of technology that is driving these programs. And this isn't like, wake up and call, Chat GPT. These are expensive, proven systems, and they are systems.
The systems are there, and that's what, when you say exclusive, other companies don't have what we have behind the scene. But, real estate is relationships. And what I love, the first part of CB Curated is this idea that, I was at a dinner party with you, and I hear you talk to people, and oh my gosh, hey, I'd sell my house if I could get this number. They just casually say that to you. And a lot of times other companies can't do anything with that. Well, part of our new CB Curated way of marketing a property gives you the ability to take that number that somebody said to you at a party and put it into our system, and other agents would know that you have a client maybe in this zip code, in this neighborhood, not their address, not their property. It's not a listing contract.
So it would be something like, and I'm a really seasoned agent. I've been through years of testing the market, but I've always felt it was up to me to try to get my client, because I want to do it for myself, the best buyer, top dollar, present the house right. But I'm not going to sit there and argue with somebody if they really want me to try and get them $200,000 or $300,000 on a gigantic house more than what I think the comps show, because you can't sell a house that's already been sold, number one, and because our reach is national,
International.
and international, but national. We're a bargain if you're coming from California, New York City, or on a coastal waterway. And so now, if somebody says to me at dinner, I'd sell my house if you could get me this. Well, my husband says that to me all day long. And then I say, I'm not selling because. But now he said he heard about this program the other day in a meeting. And I said, I don't think I know how to use this program. I might not ever use it. And then the next thing Terry said to me was, we're putting our house in this program because we've got a really good house that somebody might really want, but maybe not next door to me. So take it away, Frank. What does this mean? Give examples.
Yeah, well, the make me sell is pretty
it's
much.
called Make Me Sell.
Yeah, Make Me Sell is just one component of our CB Curated, and we have relationships with people, and at different points in times, hey, I'd sell if I could get this. Well, that might not be a realistic number in today's market. But what we don't know, and we've seen it in Texas, where people were paying unrealistic numbers when the market was really hot for the sellers.
After COVID,
it was crazy.
They were $100,000 over what the value was, and we had Make Me Sell without knowing what we were doing.
We did.
And so if somebody said, and Frank's been at our dinner parties because Terry and I believe in relationships and we enjoy people. That's number one, we enjoy people. Number two, our backgrounds in education have led us to that, and that's why we still like our family, children, and grandchildren, right, Terry?
Absolutely.
So, but I have one person that says, if you can get me this for my house, I'll move. Well, I really never put it on the market because I didn't think I could do it. I didn't have a place to do it. I value that friendship more than I do needing a listing. And I know some agents do take listings just to have their pot full, and we know who those agents are that have houses out there that really can't sell. Now,
the Make Me Sell is great because
it's called Make Me Sell. Nobody has that software, but we do.
And so you're going to list that number, and they're not going to see the person's address. They're not going to see their name. They're going to see you, Donna, and an agent maybe from California, from New York, or from across town. All of a sudden it's going to reach out to you and say, hey, Donna, I
heard you
noticed
talk about.
You have
so I might just say, I know of a great house in West Plano. It's got 2 kitchens. It's got an elevator. It's got Wolf and Sub-Zero appliances. It's got a country French garden. It's got a community where they have their own tennis courts, lakes, and pool. If anybody's interested in a home like that, give me a call. It's going to be, and do we list the price?
Yeah, you put a price out there.
It's going to be available at X amount of dollars. Call me if you've been searching and can't find that house with an elevator, or if you don't want to put one in, and you want a really fabulous house, and by the way, it has a media room, and by the way, it has a security system and cameras, and by the way, it has its own network. Give me a call. Is that how it works?
That's it. And so that agent,
call me.
That agent from across town, from across the country, is going to reach out to you and say, hey, Donna, yeah, I noticed you have this person. And then what you're going to do is pick up the phone and say, hey, you remember at the Christmas party you told me if I get you $1 million or $2 million for your house?
Oh my God, I think I'm going to be packing.
and the next thing you know, you have a listing.
But see, this is the future. This is because, Terry, tell them about the article you brought today that Terry reads the paper every morning, circles articles for me to see. We're kind of old-fashioned, but Terry was the Dallas Morning News boy when he was a little kid. So we enjoy reading the paper. What did we find out that was so interesting in the article?
Well, what's interesting is where the U-Haul's going.
Can you believe it? It's U-Haul trailers.
U-Haul trailers. They're coming to Texas. They're coming to Texas, and they have been for years now. This is the land of opportunity. We're growing like a weed, and I don't know how we're going to fit in all the data centers.
But it's...
We got another one done the other day.
I know.
Yeah.
Well, what the article basically said, bottom line was, U-Haul did a national study. It ranked the states where most of the trucks were rented because they were one-way rentals. So if they came from California, what state did they leave the trucks in? If they came from Minnesota, New York, wherever they were coming from, Texas was the #1 destination that trucks were rented to be dropped off when they got to their destination. That tells you a lot. It doesn't mean the wealthiest people are coming. It doesn't mean the poorest people are coming. I just had a client that rented 2 U-Hauls and took their special things up to Minnesota to a second home they bought. But we're here. So let's put our houses out there and make me an offer.
Make me move.
Make me move. If you're thinking about it, let me be the test case. I'm willing to do that for you unless you're totally insane. And I'll tell you at the time, I can't sell a 2,000 square foot house for $7 million unless it's got golden walls. I'll be honest with you, because I know the market that well. From Dallas to West Plano to Prosper to Salina. I'm even have a client right now that called whose son graduated the Naval Academy, who's now a freshman at Southwest Med School, and my grandson just graduated, our grandson just graduated the U.S. Naval Academy, so they were best friends. Well, I met the parents at graduation, and the parents called me last night that they want to buy a house in Aledo and sell their house somewhere else, and Frank, you're going to have to tell me where all these places are, because I'm going. But it's relationships. It's an acre and a half. It's a 20-year-old house. It's in a great school district. So here we go. I'm going to use that.
Well, and again, I loved, Terry, the article, and Donna, you kind of tied it together, the relationships, but, people are coming here from all over the country, and, every single day there's another announcement of a corporation that's opening up. We're becoming a major, medical, focused area. Financial is off the chart. If you haven't been following Y'all Street, we're giving Wall Street a run for the money that launched last month. Just so many things are happening here in Texas, and through those relationships, we have the opportunity to talk with some pretty amazing people. And you don't know somebody's circumstance that they would be willing to pay, because the market they're coming from, the housing is just stupid, right? And
I
they
did
come
a
here.
study on that years ago,
Yeah.
and it was surprising to me because Toll Brothers is a national builder. Well, nationally, they built up in Detroit or wherever it was. Their houses were significantly more than our Toll Brother houses here. And after I did the study, it was because they have unions. They don't have the workforces. It takes longer to build a house up there. And so when they moved here, they couldn't even understand how good our houses were by the same national builder. It's an interesting study that Coldwell Banker, I have tools to reach into everything to help you whether I'm your agent or not. And there are a lot of good agents that call me just because we're friends, and I know from north to south. Besides make me an offer, what else is in the curated Louis Vuitton bag, as I want to call it?
Well, there are circumstances where an individual will say to you, I really do not want to be on the public market. And there are forces that, try to make that happen. But it's called private exclusive. And
write that down, private exclusive, especially people that have details or in government or within banks that have, They need protection, and they want private
Well,
exclusive.
when I first met Terry, I thought he was FBI. Like
He is
if I tell you
FBI.
where I live, I got to kill you.
He's FBI at our house, you know. He's just got his nose into everything. He knows what's going on with everybody.
But they don't want their house
they
and their
do not.
information out there, for the world to grab. And it's called syndication. And I used to say, as a good realtor, that hey, by exposing your home to the most amount of people, that's how I get you the most money. Not always the case today, and it doesn't fit for everybody. There are certain individuals.
And you don't want exposing it to everybody because everybody isn't in the market to buy a house. Everybody might be in a market to do other things. So we're very protective on this exclusive. Tell us how it works, Frank.
Yeah, so the private exclusive is a listing that, again, we have this incredible network, this ecosystem that we have built. That's
Tell them where this system is. It's not just in Texas, y'all.
No, this is around. We're in 45 countries around the globe. From coast to coast in the United States, it's a powerhouse, and it's even bigger.
Only included in our group of people within our network, and surely someone has somebody within our how many people are in our network?
We're over 300,000 realtors.
And that's Coldwell Banker. We're one of the largest. I think Compass is driving the ship on this, and they're brilliant. The owners of Compass are a group of young men that are brilliant. They're Columbia University grad and undergrads and Wall Street, and they're cutting edge.
Yeah, well, they're publicly traded, and when they launched, it was all about technology. They built this technology. They didn't have franchises previously and brands that they could franchise. Now they've gobbled up the majority of major franchises that are out there. So if you want to mention some other names, Coldwell Banker was part of the Anywhere Group. It was the biggest of all of the names I'll mention. But companies like Sotheby's and Century 21 and Better Homes and Gardens and ERA and the Barbara Corcoran Group in New York and Zip Realty and Climb Realty. It was a powerhouse of companies.
And we're now under that umbrella of privacy to a fault. It's great. It's exclusive. So
all of those
now you need
brands,
a written listing agreement.
Yes, for private exclusive you do. It is a listing that is inside of our network. And in addition to somebody who may not want their information out there because they're in the FBI or a pro athlete or a government official and they just want that privacy or just privacy, yes.
I mean, these people need privacy by their job description. And I have a client like that, and I couldn't offer that to him without the cooperation of another company not in our network, and they wouldn't give it to us. Yeah. And we wrote letters, and it was very upsetting. But guess what? That tied this executive to me as his realtor on all of his properties, and because we could offer that now.
Yeah, and
it was that important. Luckily that we're smart and we're really a good company, but that was a deal maker for me. So if you need that privacy, look for an agent of my caliber or look at me and give Dona Timm a call at 972-333-3370. I give you my number because that's my cell, and I'll answer you. And if I can help you, I will.
Early in the morning or late at night. She answers. I know that.
Well, I used to manage another company's multiple offices, and the cell phone was just being invented during that time. And it was just easier to answer your phone and help people rather than some crazy long voicemail. I'd rather just talk to you and see what you need. Right, Terry? In fact, I'll diverse a minute. One of my favorite clients called last night. And it wasn't about the market. Oh, we're getting our couches cleaned. We're getting new paint touch-up. Oh, we're having new landscaping. Oh, we're going to do new carpets. And so when the couches are gone and blah, 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 what do you do? Should we rest the house a little bit? I said to him, he says, no, I want to keep it on the market, but what are we going to do if you want to show it and there's no furniture in it? And about that time, Terry said really loud, what'd you say? Because everybody started laughing because they're personal friends of ours.
I don't remember what I said. What did I say?
You said, Donna, take that phone and go in the other room so I don't have to listen to you anymore.
Oh, well.
But it was funny because he meant it. I went in the other room.
So is this just for Dallas, or is this for every
No, this
market
is
that
every
this
market.
corporation owns?
Yeah, so it's Compass International Holdings, right? That's the parent company. Coldwell Banker, 120-year anniversary. You know, we have a reputation of doing things the right way. They acquired us this year, and now, you know, I've always felt that we've done things great, but the technology is really amazing that Compass has built and invested in. And
How much did they invest?
it's between $2 and $3 billion.
That eliminates almost every other real estate company.
I used to say we
period.
spent millions and I thought we were good. These guys, it's times 10. And so what I wanted to share, Donna, is the idea you said, hey, you know, for the privacy component, and that's a big aspect of it. But to what you were just saying, equally as important, sometimes people need to go onto the market, but they're not ready to go onto the market. We have to do the landscaping. We have to do the paint. And so by able to give you staged and phased in marketing, so we can do this idea of putting it out there so other realtors can see it, but not the world yet. We're not counting days on the market. This is probably the biggest thing about private exclusive, and the next one, it's called Coming Soon, but we're gonna stay on private exclusive. Not quite ready, but we need to get there because we're moving. All right, this is happening, but the house isn't ready. So what happens a lot of times, people will wait until the house is ready. Now they missed out on some folks who were visiting here.
I'm the victim of that. I will not bring your house out until I know personally that through the eyes of the buyer, they're going to like what they see. And I didn't have this available to me, and I think it's probably that I'm going to do it for all of y'all on private exclusive while we're finishing up, say, the paint, say, the bathroom.
Heck, photography can take 3-4 days.
And can other agents show the properties during private exclusive, or is it just our network?
It's our network.
Okay, well, I've got 300,000 people in our network, so it's a pretty big network. Compass, Sotheby's, Coldwell Banker, the big companies
so it's
here.
exclusive. So these other real estate companies that are functioning,
don't have it.
functioning in Dallas can't access this information.
No, it's exclusive
and it's
to
exclusive
our
network.
network.
to our brokerage.
Yeah.
And the best.
And that's a significant thing.
Yes.
Because if you're going to sell your house, you want to be in a system like this because you're going to have eyes on it.
As you're getting ready.
Not maybe.
Yeah.
You are. Period.
Yeah, because Terry and I, this year has been really interesting because I've got a great contractor and our clients are listening, but we need to get all the colors the same. So do you. We need to get the landscaping. We just did it yesterday. We did landscaping in front of one of our listings because it was so hot. The sprinklers were broken because the yard guys had torn them up. I mean, but the scary thing is I had an agent call me and said, my client wants to know why your house has been on the market 31 days and hasn't sold. Well, I'm from the old school. Well, that's why I take 6-month listings, because 31 days is like
Nothing.
But our public might think, because they're so used to the COVID era, that
Deduct $100,000 for 31 days.
yeah, exactly. So this exclusive does not count days on market. It lets me test your price, your look. If it's that great, and I've made it that great and helped you, Terry and I, so much, because Terry's better at this than me. He really is, as far as the colors. He can tell you, he owned a company called the Timm Company where he bought and sold houses in the mid-'80s, and people would line up in front for the white kitchens and the Sub-Zeros. We're good about this. Together, we're really good. And it won't count days on market. So when we do go active in a broader market, we've already, we've already been out there, say maybe 30 days, and either had somebody want to buy it. And what happens if they want to buy it while it's set? Do we have to?
No, of course you can write a standard 1 to 4 contract on that property.
Does
and
it
get
have to
closed.
be active to put in MLS?
No, does not.
Yay! So, I can already hear how mad. I'm not trying to exclude appraisers because I love to work with you, but you're going to have to call me if something sells, or the taxing authority's going to have to call us and call the owners when they notice a title change. But that's beautiful. It gives, what it does, it creates privacy again. And you know, Terry's always saying, we don't have much privacy, do we, Terry?
No.
Well, and
That was a good answer. The answer is no. But it's nice to reclaim some privacy.
But Texas isn't a report state anyway. You're not required.
We
by
do in
law.
MLS, though. It's
I
a
know.
requirement.
So there's advantages to working with us that other people just can't offer because they don't have it.
and
Terry
it's-
wasn't really fired up about real estate until these programs came into being, because he thinks, number one, differently. He thinks protection.
I wanted to add, you know,
I think that people have the right to sell their home the way they want to sell their homes, not what's dictated by NAR or TREC or anybody else. It's their property. Let them sell it the way they want to sell it. And so that sometimes conflicts with other organizations, MLSs and things like that, and counties. You don't have to report. There's no law in Texas that I understand, and I'm not practicing law, but that you have to
Except on
report
me.
what the home sold for. Period.
Terry's always talking about that. So Frank,
I wanted
his
to add
point,
to Terry's point.
because
was
that's your point.
This is, well, there's two things. One, in regards to investors, and I know you've worked with some folks who have purchased homes to rehab beautiful multi-million-dollar homes and put those back on the market. The one thing they don't always want to have shown is that sale price.
That's
And
right.
So the fact that you could have a private exclusive listing inside of this that doesn't get reported, they go in, they spend $1 million on. We have one right now, Donna. I know you said they owe $1 million for the rehab, right?
That's
and so
right.
you could, different properties, require different types of marketing. Just to your point, and that seller should be the one that's dictating how it gets marketed.
That's right. It's their home. It's their property. It's their money. Let's be real.
If a house is in MLS, can it be taken out of MLS and put in private exclusive?
Yes, you terminate the MLS listing agreement.
Did you hear that, y'all?
Yeah.
I mean, we wouldn't do that to avoid a sale and disclosing information, but if you get weary, it's a good resting place.
Can I share this, Donna?
Yeah.
In DFW this year, I know you've done very well, but there's a lot of properties that have failed to sell on the market, including some, and you were talking about builders, Toll Brothers and some really great, builders that are out there that I love that have struggled moving that inventory. And there's over 50,000 between expired and canceled listings. We're only in the 8th month.
Throw some numbers out. This is a genius guy I'm sitting next to.
We're only in the eighth month of this year, but between canceled and expireds in DFW, over 50,000 properties failed to sell.
That's insane, because there are some really good houses, but I also think the buyers have been programmed to not understand what a great opportunity is to buy a house right now. Why don't we talk about that for a minute?
Oh my gosh, yeah, I've been screaming from the mountaintop for this entire
Frank
year.
has a coffee call every morning, and by the way, if you're not a Coldwell Banker agent and you like Frank, call me. Call Frank. I've got room in our beautiful office and in all of our offices if you want to take a move and you're a good agent and you like what you're hearing. I'm not recruiting you, but I'm just telling you that I'm thrilled to have a coffee call with Frank every morning. He spits out the statistics. He tells us what's going on. If anybody needs help with what's happening at an open house, he's a walking dictionary of real estate. He has no axe to grind. He's always happy. His wife's wonderful. He loves his grandkids. I mean, this is truly a genuine person. I'm here because of Frank and because of the leadership in Masood. I mean, so this coffee call every morning, he's giving us the stats because it's a lot of trouble every day to get up and start looking at things. So go ahead, let's talk about
So
the other two programs.
in regards to what we're seeing right now and the market, to your point, Donna, I've been saying this entire year and in probably the latter part of last year, if you're a buyer in this market, you're like a kid in a candy store. I think that's actually part of the problem. There is so much inventory. There are so many really good deals that people are hesitant to pull the trigger because they think there's another better deal coming down the pike. And so I've been trying to help folks, and I say, if you're my family member, I am telling you to buy a house now. They always say, hey, when's the best time to buy a house in Texas?
Interest rates are, listen, categorically, they're going to be this for a while. What are the other two programs? Because I don't want you all to get sick of listening to all of us talk without us telling you the other two.
Well, the coming soon's been out there forever, right?
But it's changed now because now coming soon can go into MLS and we can show your properties.
That changed at the beginning of this year. Yeah, January of this year.
Big difference.
Yeah. And we believe, as part of a phased marketing, this curated. So we have, hey, here's a crazy number will make me move. Now I'm going to put in the private exclusive. The coming soon is to create that excitement. When you see that sign pop up on the street and it says coming soon, we don't want to just have one and done. We want to get 3, 4, 5 people interested in the home. And that's what Coming Soon can do. Here, we're leading up to that big open house. You mentioned open houses. I know you're an advocate of meeting people at open houses, presenting, and this is a different world that we live in as well. The listing agent is typically the most knowledgeable person about that property. And when they're at the home, and you may be working with a friend or a family member who is a realtor, but when you get to interact with that listing agent, especially one like Donna, who is so knowledgeable of the area, we're not just selling homes, we're many times selling lifestyle and the golf course and the tennis courts and the walking trails and the kayak launch out there on the lake. So
Frank called me at 7 o'clock. Where are you, Frank? What's up? You okay? Oh, I'm on my kayak. I've got to go see this other part of the lake because there's $1 million houses. But I will say, don't be afraid to come to open houses. A good realtor's not trying to steal you away from your agent. We're just trying to educate you about things that maybe you picked up. There's a feature of this house because agents are busy. They can't always know everything. I don't. No. But we just listed a house down by St. Rita's in Jesuit on Rickover. I've had people from Prosper come. My agent sent me. I had some of the best agents in Dallas show it, and we're going to hold it open this weekend just so we give buyers the opportunity to come when their agents are busy or traveling or school start. And by the way, it's tax-free weekend, everybody, up to $100 for anything that is like school supplies, papers, scissors, shoes,
purses.
Don't laugh. I've already Googled it. Purses. Okay, so we've got Coming Soon, and what's our fourth one? Because I don't want to lose your interest, you guys. I'm going to do this show again with Frank and Terry.
Again, CB Curated, it's the process. It's the strategy of how we move a listing through to bring it to the full market. And the final phase is, when you market it. Coldwell Banker syndicates is the word that I was looking for, to hundreds of different websites. So it just doesn't go to the MLS and Zillow. It goes to hundreds, thousands of websites.
If I put you out there Coming Soon on the Redfin website, I will get all your personal calls about that property to me. They're not going to put somebody on my listing like Zillow does or other.
Sell them off to the highest bidder is what they do.
I don't believe in buying someone else's spot. My listings are mine. Other agents try to claim it as theirs, but they fall short. Well, Redfin has an agreement with Coldwell Banker that when you list with me, it will be out there Coming Soon.
With Donna's picture on it, her information to call her directly.
Yeah, and guess what? I will be happy to share everything with you. I won't put you into another group. If you've got an agent, I'll be able to at least share with you, and I always say, if you've got another agent, have your agent call me. I don't want you to miss this great property. I'd be happy to work with her or send her what she needs. In other words, I'm not going to try and take you away from your agent at all.
Yeah, well,
I say that all day long, so put your guard down.
and you know what, Donna, because ever since, I'd say the last 2 years, the buyers, when they walk into open house, you have the listing. How does this work? The term is called intermediary. We probably
I'm great at that.
We probably should do an entire podcast just about intermediary.
Okay.
I would have fun with that because there's confusion of what it means in different states. They treat it differently. So people are coming from another state. Well, this is how it works here, but it's
What
different.
do they call it in another state?
Oh, you could have dual agency. You can have some places you can't work with them. You got to call somebody else. That's crazy because, to my point, that listing agent probably knows more about the area and the property and than anybody else. So we want to tap into that.
If you've got a good agent and she's honest and she's smart, I sell a lot of my own listings myself. And if you level with people, I don't have a problem getting my buyers and sellers together. I mean, I'm thrilled to do that because ultimately that's who's going to cut the deal between themselves. That's who's going to be moving out, moving in. And I sell a lot of my own properties with me without appointments. I'm the sole agent in it, but I know how to do it. Not everybody's good at it, but you're going to be an intermediary if you work with, if an Ebby agent sells an Ebby listing, 2 different agents, intermediary. If a Coldwell Banker sells agent sells another Coldwell Banker agent sells your property, you're intermediary. So we're going to teach you about this so you're not afraid of it, because I've had some people say, oh no, it's really bad for you. You can't avoid it under Texas law. And as big as we've grown, get ready.
Well, I've been in 3 states and I've worked different ways, but intermediary is interesting and there is a lot of confusion on it. And because people are coming from other states, adds to the confusion. So call Donna, she's the best. Terry, what you guys do is amazing. The care and really.
Terry's really happy with the new program Curated because Terry's always believed in privacy. He's always believed he wanted to sell his house to who he wants to sell it to. He's always believed that, he has that right. Terry's big on individual rights, and so he'll be real protective of you when you use us. And I think you'll enjoy talking to him because when I finally stop saying something and Terry says something, it's like revolutionary. Oh my God, yeah.
Well, I always wonder when people are out looking at houses where their agent is. I mean, why? Because we do it differently. We take that people and we show them the houses that we know about that fit what their criteria is. It's very important to save time because it might save a sale that they won't be able to get otherwise. That's the point.
Well, that's a whole nother show too.
We got shows to come.
Well, again, CB Curated, knowing properties that are available or an individual who may be willing to sell a home. Donna has done that her entire life. So we just now built the program around what you guys have done.
Frank, give everybody your name because he is a really smart guy. He's very smart, y'all. And it's
Frank
if I
Obringer.
needed help, I would go to Frank.
Frank Obringer, you'll see me. I have recoachfrank.com, Real Estate Coach Frank. As I said, been doing this for 33 years. And Donna at the very beginning said, hey, we're going to give you the definition of why curated. And CB Curated, again, I kind of laughed. I said we could put Donna's picture next to the word curated, because what that means is that if given the opportunity to work with you on your sale of your property, these guys are going to take great care of your asset. So we're going to move you through this process. It's a strategy to introduce your home to the right people, to the most people, in order to accomplish your goals. And that may be, get the home sold in the fastest period of time. It may be, hey, I need the most money, so I'm willing to wait out here. But whatever that is, we have a system and a process to guide you through and to help you to accomplish your goal. Real estate coach Frank Coldwell Banker Realty. Call me 972-249-8800. I am recruiting you. So if you're at another real estate company and would like to join Coldwell Banker, make sure you give me a call. I would be more than happy to explain and share with you a peek behind the curtain of what we're doing to help agents, to help their clients to deliver an exceptional real estate experience.
Good day. Thank you very much.